beneath the surface. The gallery had closed to the public 10 minutes ago. Silence filled the space, light fracturing across white walls and reflecting off glass pedestals. Ivan sat alone in a private room, reserved for exclusive meetings with artists and collectors. Tall, dark-haired, with a body shaped by years of swimming and hiking, he waited at the table for his late-arriving partner. The door opened without a knock. Anna stood in the doorway, black dress, red lips, her hair pulled back in a low bun. She didn't realize the room wasn't part of the exhibition. She paused, looked at Ivan, and smiled. "Sorry. I thought this was part of the exhibition." Her voice was soft, but playful. "Only if you consider me a work of art," he replied with a subtle smile. She stepped in front of him. Their gazes held a moment too long. There was something in her eyes, something beyond curiosity. The air between them thickened. She moved closer. "May I sit?" she asked. But didn't wait for an answer. She sat on the table in front of him, her dress riding up just enough to reveal the edge of dark cherry lace Brazilian-cut panties. Ivan felt his breath catch. Her skin smelled of orange, warm and sweet. She was too close. "You know. I've always wondered what it looks like when someone loses control," she whispered, leaning toward him. His hands stayed still, but his eyes dropped to her thighs. One of her fingers touched his lips, then traced slowly down his neck, as if drawing a path. "Tell me to stop, and I will," she said. But Ivan said nothing. His lips found hers. Gently at first, then deeper, smoother. His hands encircled her waist, and she whispered words that no longer had meaning, only desire. On a shelf nearby sat a small bottle of jasmine massage oil, a prop for a performance that had never taken place. She opened it, poured a few drops into his palms, then turned and leaned over the table. The oil slid down her back, and Ivan's hands followed its trail. Her skin was silk. Warm. She moaned softly as the oil heated her body and his fingers absorbed her tension, turning it into raw arousal. Someone was standing just outside the door. Breathing quietly. After they were done, Anna, still flushed and deliciously dazed, left the room. As the door closed, a voice spoke. "Interesting meeting." In the hallway stood Iva, early 30s, black hair, piercing eyes, and a smile that revealed nothing. "I heard everything," she said. "Either you show me what happened in there, or I'm going straight to the gallery director." Ivan said nothing. He just opened the door and let her in. Iva was different. Slower. More dangerous. She removed her coat, revealing a tight white blouse and dark jeans. "You know," she said, "I'm not easily impressed." She kissed him without a word, deeper than Anna had, probing for resistance. She found none. Her skin smelled of vanilla and something wilder. She found the bottle of oil and poured it onto her own stomach, holding his gaze. Passion ignited again. Later that evening, Iva sent him a message. "Could you help me with a nightstand?" When he arrived, there was no nightstand. She led him up the building stairs to the rooftop. She was wearing a black latex bodysuit, holding a leather whip in her hand. "On all fours," she said. Ivan obeyed without a word. Their bodies moved in rhythm with the city below. The night was humid, the air fragrant, their skin slick with sweat. Hot. Wild. When they came back down, the building door opened. Anna was standing in the doorway. Her eyes widened. "Iva. What are you doing?"